in your I guess kind of like initial description, you said how you're PR in Smash 4 and you're not necessarily at the level you want to be at now. Um, so what are some things, I guess, to get us started? What are some things that you maybe don't feel too comfortable with, or you feel like you're falling short at?
Um,
It's okay if you don't have like a clear answer. I just like to always, get an idea of where my students feel like they might be kind of struggling at.
the
Give me
thing
something
I'm
to work
thinking
on.
about, and especially online, and I know online contributes to this, but
Huh?
getting proper punishes and taking advantage of situations that, like, normally I would try to I overextend when I try to punish stuff, and
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay. No, no, that's fine.
It's just one of the habits I notice. Another one is burning my double jump.
Gotcha, gotcha, gotcha. And you said you're playing Pokemon Trainer, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So here's the room info. I'll preface one. Do you have a lot of Olimar practice? If not, I can go more normal character, and we can kind of go from there.
I
Um,
don't have a ton of Olimar
okay.
practice, so
I'll start with someone else. If you do want to play the Olimar, that's fine. Just let me know, maybe towards the end. But starting out with more traditional characters makes it a lot easier for me to gauge maybe where you're at skill-wise, or not
yeah,
necessarily
sure.
skill-wise, and things like that. So
That's fair.
online, part of the thing you have to keep in mind is there is that delay, that additional delay on top of the natural. I think it's like 6 frame buffer that Ultimate has, right? So
Hmm.
if you're having to react to something visually and punish it, you are already too late. And that kind of goes for offline as well. And a good example of that would be, let's say you're fighting like a wolf player, and he like down smashes in front of you or a little bit away from you, right? It's like it's technically in punish range, but he down smashes and it doesn't hit you, but you wait for the entire move to finish and then you try and punish. You're already too slow, right? Because you're waiting for you to recognize when the entire animation is over so you don't get hit too early, but because you're waiting for everything to resolve, he's essentially already out of lag at that point. And online takes
Yeah,
that to a
that's
higher
true.
extent. So online, it's even more like, okay, I can't punish this whiffed F smash because I haven't started moving. I haven't even input my dash until they're finishing the F smash, and then you add in the additional buffer. So working on recognizing that is important because then you'll be able to go, okay, I know they're gonna swing now. Now I can start moving as they're swinging, as opposed to, all right, I just saw them finish, now I'll move. And we'll play a few games, and I'll try and point out stuff that I see that maybe fills that specific scenario.
Ooh, I
Yeah.
didn't think I needed DI that as much.
Oh wow. A little late on that.
Oh, that was close. Oh.
Oh, nice. What you said you play every day or close to it, I imagine as well. Do you feel like when you're playing, it's kind of just like a mindless, like maybe turn on the stream, do whatever, and just play? Because as someone who also streams a bit, does viewer battles and things like that, for me at least, viewer battles are 9 out of 10 times not an efficient way to practice. They can provide some growth. Like I play like a lot of Olimars in that, right? So I do the Olimar did a lot. And that can give me some, it's a way to flex my knowledge. But since I'm splitting my attention streaming already and I'm kind of trying to do something for them, it's less effective than more maybe
I mean,
like
I could agree with that, yeah.
maybe just straight
Especially on drunk
practicing.
streams.
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
Like you're just playing to play.
Um.
A lot of times I do try to focus on like what I can punish.
Yeah. Because I'm wondering, like, you might be practicing in a way that's you're doing it often, but it's not necessarily like the most effective. Because it's not the most important thing isn't necessarily playing every day. It's making the most out of playing. Like if you play like 8 hours every day, and I play like 2 hours every day, good chance I'm probably gonna get as much, or if not more in some cases, out of the 2 hours than you would maybe the 8 hours if I'm more effective about it.
Yeah, and honestly, I haven't been playing a whole lot these last couple of weeks.
Gotcha.
I've been taking a little bit of a break from streaming
Okay.
because my computer broke. And
Yeah,
then,
yeah.
But yeah, so I've been playing a lot of like Civilization.
Okay.
I
No,
literally was
that's
playing Civilization like 10 minutes ago.
that's fair, dude. Sometimes those breaks help.
But when I do stream, I usually try to focus on finding things I can punish, but a lot of times it can get a little bit mindless too. I think it depends on the player and the
It's
matchup.
easy to, at least when I'm streaming, it's like easy to kind of just get lost in it. I will say there's definitely more to things than just like it's not always about the punish, because a lot of times where you don't, it's not the most important thing isn't getting that punish. It's not letting them get you. Like, 'cause if you're confident in your ability to reset neutral and things like that and outplay them there, then you don't need to be getting huge punishes every time. And that's a big difference that I feel like not a lot of players go for, is they'll be like, all right, I have to punish this, I have to punish this. It's like, you don't. Sure, would it be nice? Yeah. Do you have to? No. But that's kind of founded on, like, I know that I can outplay them in a more neutral sense if I need to.
Yes. Uh-oh, getting red now. You found my habits. I need to do something now.
What about that?
Oh. That still caught me. Moving on space. So glad I didn't shield right there. Okay. Oh. Alright. That it?
I'm baffled that hit me. Not the up B, the Razor Leaf. Yeah. So like, I'm gonna swap character because I want to go someone a bit more able to where I'm able to kind of combo you a bit better or kind of follow up on my stuff a bit better. But I think you don't. The way I'm playing Martha against you, the way I'm playing against you is like I either because Wi-Fi or whatever it is, like you're just kind of being able to attack out of a lot of my advantage, right? I'm getting hit. So it's not a matter of can I get these big combos, and those aren't bad. Like you play a character, if you're playing Charizard especially, right? Because you seem to kind of like him. You shouldn't
Yeah,
be
I was a Charizard man in the
concerned.
previous game, so I started with that.
I would say don't concern yourself so much with having to get these huge punishes, because part of playing a character like that is that he naturally kind of puts people on edge. Flare Blitz, forward smash, up smash, out of shield, whatever it is. So when
Yeah.
you're able to kind of just like, all right, yeah, we can keep playing, and you're naturally going to find a way where they fuck up, then you can get your kill that way. And like your kills against me where, all right, I'd mess up here, I'd do this, and that's fine. But if you like force it, or if you keep trying to punish stuff
That
where you
is
don't need
something I
to.
struggle with, finding that opening. A lot of what I'm doing is just poking and kind of knowing, like, just general habits and trying to hit. And I'm not really... I'm guessing a lot of the time.
So
I don't...
when
I don't know how to use my reaction time that well, to be honest.
it's not so much about the reaction time, but when you're hitting those sequences or whatever, right? Like when you do get a kill, try and identify how you killed them. It's like, okay, well, I read them this way, or I punished this option. Now understand why that worked. Like, yeah, you can call it guessing and all that shit, but there's a good chance you had some level of intuition about it. And if you did, that's fine. Just try and identify what it was. Did you think they were going to spot dodge because you were approaching them this way? Did you think they were going to shield because you did this way? And then identify what worked. And if it doesn't work, okay, look at what you can do better. Like, it's the same way, but just in reverse. Why didn't it work? Did they shield your attack? Did they dodge it? And then you can kind of trial and error that until you get a better answer. So I'll show you. I'll point it out next time I do it to you.
Oh.
Like right there, that's an instance where you go, okay, I tried to beat him. He spaced in a way I wasn't ready for. Next time, don't be so antsy on that. Right?
Oh,
So
there I threw my double jump and I got called out too.
That's
the
fine.
Up B, I was really thinking you were gonna land on the top plat, and I just
Exactly.
didn't spacing of it.
And that's fine. Like you went with an assumption, which is what the game is essentially. It didn't, maybe you miscalculated, and then you recognize that and you go, all right, well then next time I try something different, or I use this new information I have, and then you can build off of that, and that works in an aggressive sense where maybe you'll go for your own kills as well as a defensive one.
Okay. Nice. Yeah, I gotta watch out for those. Those are dash attack, right?
No, down tilt. Running down
Oh,
tilt.
that's down tilt. Okay.
Like right there, you tried it, didn't work. Okay, so next time don't go for the back air. If you're ready for it, if I'm ready for it, it's not going to work, right? And it didn't.
Oh no! It popped me up. That's fair. Okay. Full hopping when I should be short hopping here. The reason you didn't get that counter is because I'm messed up.
That's fine, we
totally
take
had it.
those.
Oh no.
But do you see what I'm talking about where I call those things out? So it's like when that doesn't work, when those scenarios don't work, you need to look at why they're happening. Because you're going into a game plan or you're going into a situation and you have an idea of what you want to happen. You're like, I want to back throw back air hit here, right? So when you go into that intention, that's good. That means you're ready to commit to that option. But when it doesn't work, you need to take a brief moment, and it's going to be a little bit hard maybe to do it immediately, but even after the fact, and those pauses where maybe you got knocked away or I got knocked away, recognize when things are working or not working and why. And if they don't work, try and come up with something new. Maybe it's a timing change, right? Maybe you wait a little bit longer, see if I air dodge. Maybe you go for a different option, whatever it is. But you need to clearly identify it, because if you just shrug it off and be like, my back throw back air didn't work there, you're not actually paying attention to why it's not working. You're just saying it didn't work, and you're not even giving it a second thought.
If I remember right, you had time to air dodge out of it, and
Yes.
So it wasn't true.
Yes.
I don't know if that was because you DI'd in or
I
how
DI'd
that worked,
out.
but something was.
I DI'd
Okay.
out, yeah. And I know the back throw back air is like it's kind of like a DI mix up with Charizard, but you know that's a
yeah,
good.
I could attempt a flare blitz, but I'm never gonna just attempt a flare blitz unless I can get a kill.
Well, I'm saying like that's a moment where okay, you go, my opponent is aware of this. Maybe I won't back throw for a bit. Maybe I'm not gonna worry about that. I don't need to pull that option out right now. Maybe I can do some other throws, down throw something, and see how he reacts to that stuff.
I feel like Ivysaur, the way Ivysaur is shaped, getting away with a lot against Greninja.
It is, especially like I'm having a tough time hitting you here. You know, I'm sure Lilac contributes as well. The slants, the platforms, so you can approach a certain way, but you're able to kind of just you're hitting me a lot more. I'm not.
Finally go under a couple of things, yeah.
You know, so that's something you pay attention to, and you go, all right, yeah, that works that way, and then you try and exploit it. Nice. So there was a few instances there on my end where I'd get hit, like when you took my first stock with Ivysaur up air. I knew you were going to up air. It's just I didn't get my air dodge out fast enough, right? Because I didn't want to do it too early and get punished. And those are things I'm making note of. And, you know, every stock there was I died to something different. So on your end, it's like, okay, this worked. Yeah, I got the back throw back air there that time. But it doesn't mean it's always going to work, right? It doesn't. The game is not static like that. It's constantly changing. So you need to be making note of that. You can't. So next time if you fight me and you back throw me, it might not work. So maybe it'd be worth to go for down throw. I DI out, that means I DI in on down throw, potentially, you know, depending on how things go, then you forward air me or something like that. You want to understand how your options make the opponent respond to you, and then you can better respond to them.
On the last stock where I got the down tilt to get you off stage with Charizard, I was really fighting the urge to like jump up and try and meet you in the air. So I waited for like the air dodge, but I was like barely convinced myself to do it.
Well, it worked, and that's what matters.
I don't need to be up there. I don't know how to punish that.
Just shield it.
I think I need to wait it out. I keep trying to hit you out of sneak attack.
Yeah, Shadow Sneak, yeah, you're not, it's not really worth, maybe with a disjoint or something, but it's kind of risky to try and challenge a head on like that.
Okay. Yeah, I should probably. Razor Leaf seems to. Oh, damn. Got greedy with my grabs.
Like there, you panic up beaten or thought I was going to come in and you got hit, so next time be more, you have to hold yourself accountable for that. You got to be like, okay, I messed up there. That's not a good option to do. Wait till I hit your shield.
Shit. Yeah, I'm just keep trying to challenge it. I'm like, I think he's gonna come in with this. I think I have time, and I never do.
Yep, just shield it. So much easier to deal with, I assure you.
I'm not gonna get a punish, but at least I got stage control. I gotta be okay with that.
Yes, honestly.
Ooh, I almost died there. Yeah, I don't know if there was much I could do at that point. I think you had me cornered.
There you were in a bad spot, but what you can do is you can go a step further back and be like, okay, how'd I get off stage? Oh, I tried to shield grab Greninja in air. That's a risky play if I pick the right option, right? That move is -3 on average, and I spaced it back to even dodge your grab so I could go for the F smash. So then you can go, okay, well I was off stage, yeah, but let's see. You know, I tried to punish something. You didn't let yourself react to what was punished, what you're getting hit with. You instead just opted to go for a a punish on an attack that you don't even know was coming. You just knew you're getting attacked. And you have to be able to, like, recognize those things. And sometimes that means just shielding and not getting a punish.
Okay, and now I'm panicking.
Yep.
I just really want to close out the stock. Because I know how far behind I am. Let's see. Uh-oh. It's not good for me. Okay, yeah, that was greedy. I wasn't gonna be able to get the jab lock there. Ooh.
It's okay to take it slow. Honestly, it doesn't seem like you have a lot of confidence in your ability to keep outplaying me. And I get it, right? You might think, you know, I'm more likely to win or whatever, and that's fine. But if you're not feeling good enough in yourself to be like, I can keep playing this, sure, you can go for those reads. But you have to be like, if I keep mashing, like you tried to do like the 4 kill moves in a row or whatever on me when I was a Greninja, and it didn't work, like you can't, because if they're ready for that, like maybe try it once or twice, like, all right, oh, okay, it didn't work anymore. I have to kind of, you know, control myself, reset back to that neutral, keep outplaying them, and find an opening. Because if you keep doing it, you're just widening that gap. That's not fixing anything. And if you really want to do it, I'd say just flare blitz at that point if you're that concerned. But even then, that's, you know, that's hit or miss.
Okay. Yeah, I think that was along the lines of what I was saying that I struggle with is, or maybe not, maybe I didn't say it. I tend to go for kill options at any time. I don't know. It's just like my default. Especially if I feel like I'm running out of options. I don't feel like I'm going with like the game plan necessarily. I feel like I'm going with what can I hit them with in this scenario. And that might make me predictable.
Why do you do that though?
I don't know.
Okay.
I haven't thought about that very much.
Well, let's, you know, if you don't have an exact answer, that's fine, but you have enough awareness to recognize it, which means you are able to actively try and change it. Is it going to be hard? Sure. You're going to be able to do it instantly? No. But it's something you can go, all right, well, you know, I need to try and work on that. I need to be better. And what better time to do it in a session where you have someone willing to call you out on things, where you're able to practice stuff a little bit, like there. Just shield.
I thought I was going to be able to hit you. He squatted so much. Like, Greninja's spacing is weird. That would have probably hit a taller character. I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't have gone for it, but I felt like I had a kill option
okay,
there.
let's say you thought it was going to hit, and it didn't. Fine. Now you know for next time.
Okay. Can't hit that either. Uh-oh. I don't know where I'm going. Whew, 11. Yeah, okay.
Like there, I waited a little too long to punish, and I missed my punish because my grab is slow. That's my fault.
Definitely been killed for trying to grab and even being out of grab range.
Grab is a laggy option in this game. Okay. Don't want to fall into a habit of spot dodging every time you do an aerial like that.
Yeah, I got my hand on that button.
It's hard. It's like you have to you're fighting kind of an instinctual feeling, which is good to have in some context, but then you also have to be able to, you know, kind of slow down and be like, okay, I don't need to be doing this right now. Or when it messes up, you have to really try and hold yourself accountable to that so you stop doing it, because if you don't, then you're just going to keep falling into those habits, and you're not going to let yourself kind of play to your best, because you're not doing that necessarily.
Yeah,
you're kind of just
I'm wasting time by doing options that are never going to hit, and I need to recognize that. Like, I'm throwing out a lot of stuff just to, I don't know, maybe pressure. I'm not sure what...
Everything doesn't need to hit. You can press buttons for that. I want you to, when it's not working, try and make an active effort, and not saying you aren't, but like, you have to really push yourself to like break that mold and be like, okay, I can't do that again, or I have to really try not to. The next time I get in a situation like that, like, try these new things, be a little bit more patient, see what happens if you just shield the attack. You're fighting a character like Greninja who doesn't have the best kill throws, so you have a little bit more leeway, especially when you're a character like Charizard.
Oh, goodness. Oh, man. Okay, we live in. Oh, man,
You're getting antsy.
Yeah. Okay.
Look, you ended up losing the match anyways, right? And it's fine. That's fine. That's honestly not out of the ballpark of a realm possibility. So let's next game. Let's try and not just feel the need to attack every time I'm nearby. And I know I kind of sound like a broken record, but I really wanted to try and reinforce this because we got to get you to slow down because you're almost in like a panic mode a lot of the time.
Okay.
Like, you know, you're clearly a competent player. I see the stuff you do in these games. You've been PR'd in the past. You know what you're doing. It's just you got to find a comfort level that I don't think you have in this game.
Oh, shit.
That was weird.
Shouldn't have died there. I just messed up. Oh.
I crouched because I knew you were going to come down with the back air. I was like, his back's to me. He's going to attack with the back air. So I'll pick an option that's going to dodge it. That was a super buffered air dodge.
Alright, let's see what can I do. Oh, the pivot grabs, hella range.
Yeah, see, the pivot grab is insane range-wise.
dodge the fair like that. Yeah, I tried to punish the narrow shield.
Yep. And it would have worked
You
had I
need
gone
to
for an
not-
attack, but I was like, you know what? I know this is going to get me back to the stage. I'm not going to go punch it. Unless he grabs.
Oh, that still hit. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna get killed like that. I need to be careful. That time I got the grab somehow. Ooh, we dead? Oh
Yep.
yeah.
Yep. That's another one of those. You see the up smash, you register that it's over, you try and go and punish, and I thought my counter might kill you. Because you feel the need to counterattack a lot. Just run away. Get out of there. Get off the platform, right? Like, that's an awkward spot to be in. I'm under the platform. I just tried to do an up smash, right? So you already know I'm threatening you. You're not in the best spot, and it's hard to punish people hitting you under platforms to begin with. That's just a difficult thing to do in this game when you're on the platform like in Shield. So when you do something like that, you run a risk, and that risk ended up not paying off there. So what could you do next time? Jump away, fall through, and do something else, you know? You need to not always attack when you're in disadvantage. It can be so much more beneficial to just get out of disadvantage without attacking. It's not always your turn to counterattack.
Okay.
It'd be nice if it was a turn-based.
I feel like I know that, but I don't know that. I feel like I know that, but I can't implement it.
You can
I just have
definitely.
this
It just
instinct.
takes a bit of time.
Yeah, I did. Okay. Oh, we're dead. Yeah, we're very dead. Yeah, I tried to attack there. I wonder if I could have gotten out of that.
The up air, maybe. The way you DI'd, I don't think you would have got out of that. Alright, you
no.
spot dodge. You spot dodge.
Yeah, I'm gonna get hit. Oh, okay.
I went a little too steep with that angle.
Alright, I tried once. That's enough. Okay.
Ed, if I miss that tech, I'm going to probably get a attack if you run in.
Oh. That was weird. I've never hit anybody into a Razor Leaf before.
Yeah. I'm so a bit surprised myself.
Looked like a K-Rool cannonball setup or something. Okay, yeah. Oh no. No! Unintentional pivot grab.
Stop spot dodging. I got so many punishes on that game because you were spot dodging. And honestly, I think you did so good for a good chunk of the middle of that game, especially when you're playing Ivysaur, giving me a lot of trouble. But also, there were some times in the middle of that game where I could tell you were feeling a little bit more in control and comfortable. You were hitting me. You weren't spot dodging after you whiffed some attacks. Sometimes you'd hold shield. But as I got progressively more close, you went back to those kind of old habits where you were panicking, and I fed off them. And you saw I'd wait, and I'd wait, and I'd wait, and I'd punish. Because I'm totally comfortable, with just like, all right, we're going to rinse and repeat. I'll down tilt you, I'll shuriken you till you die, right? That's something you have to find comfort in, and it's going to be hard, but I think you did a good job there in the middle. It's just kind of carrying that throughout the match. And really, remember, like in these matches, in friendlies, you don't have to win every match. Do you want to? Sure. Would it be great? Sure. But is it better to lose now than lose in bracket? Yes. So commit to trying these things out now and trying to familiarize yourself with the feeling, because you're going to get in bracket, and then the actual nerves are going to kick in, and then you're not going to have any like practice dealing with them if you're giving into them now.
Yeah. Okay. I think I don't feel like it's tournament nerves as much as it's like just towards the end of the game. Like it's
yeah,
even
I'm not
friendlies,
I'm
I'll
not
get the
saying
nerves.
tournament specifically. I'm saying that it's going to get even worse in tournament when there's more on the line.
Yeah. No, and that's something that I've noticed. My sets will go to like match 5 or something like
Yeah.
that, and then all of a sudden my play will fall apart, and I'll be doing Charizard
It's
up B
so
every third move.
it's hard to keep composure, and I think it's because you have it in you to do it. You know what you're capable of, but you're so scared that it's not going to work because it might not be working immediately. And I get it. It's hard. I've had thrown sets like that too, where I'm just like, I have to win, I have to win. And it's because I maybe didn't stick to my game plan, or I got a little too antsy. I tried to force things that I just couldn't do. And you can't do that. You have to. There's a time and place for kind of switching up the play style, going for more aggressive things like that. But it's so important that you understand why these options work to begin with, and that you don't just kind of give in to like, okay, I need to attack here. Let me just go for this.
So, how can I practice that? Did I just pay attention to it every time I play, or like
Yeah.
on a consistent basis?
The one of the goals that I like to teach the people that I kind of coach is trying to work on making sure you're holding your own self accountable when you're practicing on your own, because I'm not going to be there all the time to tell you it. So it's an active effort you have to try. So it really is. And the nice thing is it's going to make you better as a player overall, because you're going to be more in control. You're not going to panic as much. You're not going to fall down and do those things. Sure, they'll still happen. We're human. We all have our bad days or moments or whatever. But you're going to be a lot more resilient to those worries, and you're going to be more confident in your game plan. So when you are practicing, yeah, just actively think about it. When you get, it's that core principle I was telling you earlier. When you get punished for something, or when something works, you want to know why. And if you can know why, you can kind of replicate it, right? So when you read somebody, you go, they dodged here probably because of this. You won't always know the exact answer, but you can try and figure it out. And if you can do that, then you can start filling in the blanks, and then that removes a lot of the guesswork, and then you feel more confident in your options.
So asking why is almost a tool of slowing yourself down and making yourself pay attention to certain
Yes.
things.
So it's so it doesn't get lost in the moment, because it's really easy to go autopilot mode and just be like attack, 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 brush off whatever's happening. And for a lot of people, you're gonna, when you start doing that effectively, it's gonna slow you down at first. Like your play is gonna be slow. You're gonna have to spend more time actively thinking. but then it speeds back up because you get better at it again. Because it's not like you need to do it all the time. It's only during certain interactions, right? So when we interact, when something happens, that's when you be like, okay, why'd this work? Or when you get a hit, you're like, okay, this worked this way. But when you're doing your bread and butters, you don't need to think about that. You don't need to understand something you already know. It's like retraining yourself to ride a bike.
Yeah, and I've been letting these habits go a little bit unchecked for, I don't know, several years.
It's hard.
Since the middle of Smash 4, so...
Most people don't... They can either, one, get away with them in some capacity, or they won't be able to specifically target them, because it's not an easy thing to figure out. You know, I'm not perfect. You know, these are things I teach people, and I actively try to practice myself. But sometimes I figure out a new way of maybe thinking about something or figuring something out. Like, it's a constant process to improve. But holding yourself accountable in that way is such an important thing.
Oh. I think DI forward is optimal there.
I believe it's back, actually, for Greninja.
Oh.
Gotta pay attention. You gotta recognize the spacing. You're just recognizing an attack. You're not looking at the finer details of it.
Yeah, I think I'm hoping for the spacing more than I am looking at exactly where you are.
Well, faith only gets you so far in a match. So, you know, it's good that you know why, but you know what you need to do to kind of improve that issue. Or to solve it, I should say. But, like, I can tell you how to deal with it, you know, and all that stuff, but I can't make you implement those strategies. That's on you to hold yourself to that standard. Which I definitely think you do. It's just working on doing it more.
Ooh, I thought that would kill. I'm going early with my down airs.
Got the skid animation so I couldn't get my shield out in time.
Oh, no, the drag down. Oh. No, I don't need to be trying to parry anything on platform.
Playing a dangerous game with those spot dodges.
Did I get it? Oh, the tech. Forward or up? Forward. No. I did the same thing. Greninja's so short.
Talk about threading the needle. Nice. You got it. You see how, though, I wasn't trying to commit to anything big? I was like, and sure, I made mistakes there, and I ended up getting punished for it. I didn't punish the up B like I should have. But I was super content with doing that, and I think you honestly got away with some stuff you probably shouldn't have, but stuff happens, and you were able to get the kill eventually, and that's good because you had kind of just more raw kill power, so your forward air was going to do it a lot easier than mine or something like that, and that was good. But it's you see what I'm talking about? You see on the scrambles, if you panic, it can be so costly.
Yeah, I was lucky with the up B, definitely. I know I landed on top flat, which makes it a little bit safer, but you did up smash instead of up. I
Up
don't know
air.
if you were expecting
I wanted the up air. Yeah, it was a flood because I tap jumped, so it was.
Or at least set up for a kill.
Yeah, and that stuff happens, right? There's nothing wrong with it with getting those W's, but it's.
I don't know. I feel like whenever I'm playing Charizard, doing risky things is like part of the playstyle.
It is to an extent. There's difference between risk and panic. right? You can go for a calculated, risky read like a back to a flare blitz, right? But when you're panic up being or you're panic spot dodging, that's not the same because that's something your opponent can read more reliably because they know you're scared.
Okay. I think that's difficult for me to separate. I'm just gonna have to look at my gameplay and say, what did I do here? Why?
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna have to ask myself. What
Ask
the motives
yourself
were.
why does so much. You're like, oh, all right, so I dodged here because I was scared. Oh, I attacked here because I wanted to try and see if I can get an early kill. Those distinguishing factors help so much. Like, whenever I make a mistake or whenever something goes wrong, 9 times out of 10, I'd say even more than that, I know why it's not working. I know what went wrong. Maybe I misinput. Maybe I miscalculated. Whatever it is, I know. And that helps clear up any of that confusion so that I'm not left doing guesswork.
That wasn't a good trade for me. Uh-oh. That's what I get.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Aggressive option punished. I didn't know which way you were gonna go. I'm like, okay, maybe I can just get some stage control here. No, not like that. Okay, that was too far away. Whew. That almost pineappled me.
I tried.
Dang.
That was a greedy grab.
See there, I burnt my double jump right away and it worked out. And then Charizard's got 2 double jumps.
Yeah, you're a little bit more. You have a little bit more leniency with Charizard. I mean, I would argue the double jump burning is coming down to the same thing as your other problems. It's panicking. You're not feeling comfortable in situations, so you feel like you have to abort them immediately, or you have to get away immediately.
Oh,
There, you got away with it, right? But you ended up burning it still, so that's another thing where, like, sure, it worked there, and that's good. So that's a time where you can do it, but be mindful of that.
yeah,
Pay
it's not
attention
just
to when
about
it
winning
does
any
work.
given interaction. It's about giving my opponent the idea, like, the read on me. Giving them the information that I'm going to keep doing it.
Yeah.
I need to do more options.
Let me play a game or two with Olimar to kind of finish it up and show you, because, like, obviously my Olimar is going to be a lot more optimized. It's going to be a lot more fluid. Because when I'm in these situations, there's very little panic. And sure, in tournament, when the nerves get going, stuff happens. You know, I'm not perfect, and that's something I actually try to work on. I find deep breathing to be a very helpful tactic to help kind of just calm myself so I can stay as stoic as I need to. But it is something you have to really just put that effort into. So that's kind of as frustrating as it is. Frustrating as it is that there isn't like a kind of easy way to do it. It's just consistent effort to hold yourself accountable when you play is the most important thing, and it lets you break down the game in such a generous way.
Oh man, I went right into grab range again. Okay.
Oh wow.
I tried to challenge it with Nair. Now I know that that will not work.
Yeah, my back area is good. My aerials are
I
like
thought you were going to come
swords.
down with an aerial off platform, but I thought maybe my Nair would be able to challenge it because the tail's slightly disjointed, or at least some of the hitboxes are. But yeah, no, it was way too far.
Yeah, you would
Yeah,
have to
way more
like
of a
tip her.
disjoint. Yeah. Ooh, those purples. They're so girthy. Like my Razor Leaf doesn't do anything to
Oh
them.
yeah, no, they're insane.
Uh-oh. Is that not my move? I thought Nair would get him off of me. It doesn't.
It depends on where they latch. They latch onto different parts of your hitbox. So the same, it's not always gonna hit the same spot. Let's fix that.
Yeah, that was obvious. Is that an up throw? Yeah. Okay. Get off of me. Before tilt wasn't doing anything to that one.
Yep, it can get really frustrating for certain characters depending on where they latch.
Oh, I walked into one. I thought my down air would clank with it.
So you hit it
Did
on
not.
the startup of its attack before its hitbox comes out, but when its hitbox activates, so you actually desynced it, so that's why your move lost.
Oh. Yeah, that's fair. It was dodging. Ooh, call my jump. And yeah.
I'll wait. I'll hover around you. I will instill the fear, and I'll just wait.
Yeah, I was like, I'm not gonna do that, am I? Yeah, I'm gonna do it.
Yeah, like as you're hitting the button, you're like, no, there's no way. It's happening right here. I can't. And I get it, dude. I fight people with reflectors, and sometimes I'll get in a sequence, and my natural instinct is like, all right, forward smash here, down, up smash here, and they reflector. I'm like, oh no, and I just blow myself up. I'm like, all right, well, you have to fight that intuition, right? All right, so we can do
It
this.
was weird. Like I almost had, I had to read up myself. I was like,
Yeah.
I think this guy's he's gonna try Charizard Fly right now. And I was like, oh shit, that guy's me.
Yeah.
He's gonna get punished too.
All right, so this will be a good last game, and we can kind of wrap it up from there.
Oh. I got really close to getting gimped there.
Oh,
I didn't
yeah.
expect myself to be in that situation. Ugh, purples. I feel like I'm playing a color matching game. Some sort of like I'm trying to look at the color and see what I can do with it. Oh my goodness. Was that an up smash?
Yes.
Okay.
Wow.
Maybe? was a weird grab. Take those.
I'm baffled that you even grabbed me. Yeah, I was. Alright, Olimar got a fat
You
head,
were
I
like
guess.
behind me. That's a lot of damage. I should probably not be Charizard when you're at 0, but here we are. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Oop. Huh. Dang, yeah, I shouldn't air dodge down like that.
A lot of people do on neutral air. Because they don't know how it's going to send them. Because it depends on how I land it. So they just air dodge usually into the stage because it makes them feel the safest. Nice.
Oh. Yeah, I wanted to get that thing off of me, so I was like, maybe I can just
Sometimes it's
hit
not
my
even
opponent really
worth
quick and have
hitting
some
them.
time.
Like, I mean, you're at 160, yeah, it's not great to have it on you because it causes hit lag. But I mean, like, if I'm just sitting around hovering around you, like, hey, yeah, get it off, not worth it. Or maybe jump away and get it, like, to where I have a hard time reaching you.
Okay.
But I think overall, your biggest thing is just fighting that kind of like instinct that's getting into you because you're so scared of a lot of things or you're worried about things and you're not letting yourself kind of just digest what's happening in the game. You're getting into these like you have almost like preconceived ideas of how the match is going to go. Like I attack here, then I have to spot dodge because he's going to punish this way, and it's like that's not how the game
Yeah,
works.
I definitely try to anticipate a lot,
Yeah.
and it's not always right, and I need to relax a little bit more probably.
Using that, it's okay to anticipate, but back it up with some level of relevant information, right? Like I like to call it educated guesses because you're never going to be 100% correct, but you can try and influence your decision. So an example for me is, a lot of people like to try and shield grab my up smash, right? Not everyone can shield grab it, but a lot of people can, and a lot of people try to. And I can't tell you how many times I let an a spot dodge F smash rip on him. Right? I up smash with the purple. I go, oh, your character can't grab. Spot dodge, blast them. That's me taking. That's a read right there. Because if I guess wrong and they like don't grab, I can get punished, right? So I'm influencing it on my understanding of the game and my character and how people react to it. I know, like when I neutral aired you and you air dodged, I knew you were gonna air dodge. Right? Sure, I'm not 100% certain, but I'm very, very confident in your ability to do, in your option there, and that you choose it. And you did, and it reinforces my understanding of the character. And if I'm wrong, I go, okay, he's a little bit more hesitant to do that. He's thinking about other things, and then I can shift it, and I can go, okay, he's not an idiot. He's not going to do this all the time. He's not going to fall into these really easy traps or whatever. So that's the same principle you can apply when you're playing against someone, or even when you're on the defensive. You can go, okay, I hit them here. They think I'm going to spot dodge. Let me shield. Let me run away. Those changes are how you're getting those mix-ups to begin with, and you have to let yourself digest the game and understand what's happening instead of just playing it out in your head already and then just kind of doing the inputs to keep up with that.
Okay.
It's you are going to have to actively work on it when you're practicing with anybody. So, you know, if you get back into playing Smash, you know, in these next few days or whatever, really try and pay attention. Hold yourself accountable. When you spot dodge and you get punished. When you grab when you shouldn't. When you mash up B, when you panic, you get punished. Even if it's not directly after. Maybe it's after a stock loss. Maybe it's after the game. Just like, oh, I shouldn't have done this. And think about it. Give yourself the ability to think about these things, so you're not just brushing them off, because the more you're actually thinking about it, the more you're going to commit it to that subconscious memory, the more you're going to recognize these scenarios, and you're going to have a better chance of fighting off the instinctual urge to just play them out as you always have been. do you have any questions? Oh, his PC turned off.
Oh, I was
Hey.
so my computer just kind of
Yeah, I
turned
just
off. I don't know
saw.
what's going on with that.
Oh.
So I picked it up on my phone, but
No worries. What was the last thing I said so I can finish my thought for you? I think
sorry, that really distracted me. I was like, why is my screen black?
No, you're
all of a
good. You're
sudden?
good. I'll just kind of recap briefly. So it's like when you're practicing with anybody, whether in the next few days or just in general from now on, really try and pay attention to these scenarios where you're messing up, where things are going wrong. It doesn't always have to be immediately after the interaction, right? Sometimes you won't get a chance to think about it until after the stock. Then you can be like, why did I lose my stock there? And then you can go, oh, okay, I lost my stock because I spot dodged after my forward air, but he read my spot dodge. So what if I would have just shielded? Maybe the character doesn't have a kill throw. There you go. Perfect answer, right? Or maybe it's after the game, but as long as you're actively trying to do those things, you're going to help commit it to memory and your subconscious, so you're going to get better at recognizing it and fighting off those like instinctual urges to just pick a defensive option all the time, burn the double jump immediately. And that's going to help you get more comfortable and familiar in these situations where the game feels a little uneasy. Like that's one of the things that sets some of the best players out there away from the rest is it's so hard to shake them because they understand how the game can work in these scenarios, right? I practice with Tweak sometimes, and when I play with him, it's so hard to get him to spot dodge when I want, or get him to shield when I want. He knows I can jump out of here. I can use my movement. I can pick other options. He has that confidence, and building that up over time, at least the way I do it, it's built upon a foundation of knowledge. Like you're paying attention to the game, and you're letting the game influence your decision.
Okay.
Yeah,
I think I get it.
Do you have any questions or anything?
One thing I wanted to ask real quick was,
Sure.
when you play the game, do you try to keep a mental note of like, okay, they did this option this many times, or do you just like
in a loose sense
notice the option to yourself and let it go? Or...
I definitely do keep things in mind. I don't know if I'll necessarily keep track of it all the time, but there are times where maybe I'll be like, okay, they DI'd this way this time, or they got it from the ledge last time with a regular get up, so I'll try and keep track of it. It's like you play it by ear. It's not, I don't do it the same against everyone, but I do make an attempt to recognize relevant information, maybe what they do when I run up to them, like if they spot dodged last time, or if they've shielded, or if they've caught on to how I'm trying to punish them and they stop shielding. So I do try to make an effort of that.
It's like a player you haven't played against, you kind of go for the normal things and try to notice what they do for normal approaches. But if it's
let's say I'm playing a player, we'll go with Shulk, right? Because I have second best player in my region plays Shulk, and I play with him a lot, so I'm very comfortable in that matchup and against him. So if I fight him, I know that we have very kind of like player versus player specific stuff that we'll do against each other because we played so much. But if I go and fight a more traditional Shulk player who I know is competent enough to play the game, but I've never played him before, I will kind of use my understanding of the character to influence myself. So I'll go, okay, so this is a Shulk player here. I know that his buttons are this safe, my buttons are this safe in relation to him. These are like constants, right? Like that doesn't change. Our characters are fundamentally set. So I can build off of that, and then I can fill in the like player data essentially as I go through. I can start with an assumption like, okay, Shulks tend to like to do this from the ledge. Shulks tend to like the air slash when you hit them this way. I can try and do that, and if it doesn't work, then I can adjust it in the game. But I do go in with like a preconceived notion. I might be a little bit safer. I might not assume he does all the same stuff as the guy I practice with. But I can recognize Shulk players like to do these things from my experience. I know Shulk can do this as a character. Let's see what I can get out of that. Let's see how I can abuse that knowledge I have.
Okay.
All right. I will get you this lesson sent and uploaded and sent within a couple days.
Okay, cool.
All right, no problem. Have a good day, man. Hope your PC is working.